City makes it to the Super Bowl with deadly shooting. More than a dozen injured, authorities before the cameras just a short time ago. Outbreak, authorities tonight confirming the mysterious and deadly virus is being spread from human to human. Teams in hazmat suits. Federal authorities here at home are now screening some passengers coming into the U.S. The deep freeze, wind chills plummeting from Chicago to Boston all the way down to Florida. And the major storm from the west right into the east again this week. The bus going up in flames, students on board rushing off, then the explosion. In New York City tonight, a massive fire. Firefighters working to save homes, multiple injuries reported. Prince Harry is reportedly on his way to North America tonight amid new images of Meghan and baby Archie. At the surprising moment, what Harry revealed about his decision about his marriage. The surprise bonus, $1.6 billion worth. Workers who learned today they're getting 2 extra months' pay. And on this Martin Luther King Jr. Day, images from across the country and what he said just 4 days before his life was taken.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, reporting tonight from Washington.
Good evening on this Martin Luther King holiday, and we are here in Washington tonight for what will be an historic week ahead. And just before we came on the air tonight, new reporting on what we can expect as the impeachment trial of President Trump gets underway tomorrow. Each side, we've learned, will get 24 hours, 2 days each, to make their opening arguments. Then there will be 16 hours of questions from senators who took the oath to act as impartial jurors. After all of that, they will then debate whether to hear from witnesses. Tonight, President Trump's legal team revealing how they plan to defend the president. They say, quote, the president did absolutely nothing wrong. The House managers who will make the case against the president on the Senate floor today. One of the president's lawyers tonight saying the articles of impeachment do not indicate the president committed any crime. The House Democrats meeting at the Capitol in advance of making their case as early as tomorrow. And ABC's Mary Bruce leads us off from the Hill tonight.
President Trump greeted with cheers and loud boos today as he paid tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The president spending less than a minute at the memorial to the civil rights icon. Blocks away on Capitol Hill, Democrats are preparing to make their case against him. And tonight, the president's legal team is offering the first glimpse of their defense. In a 110-page brief, Trump's lawyers say the process has violated every precedent and every principle of fairness and are urging senators to swiftly reject the charges. One of the president's lawyers, Alan Dershowitz, laid out their central argument that charges against Trump don't rise to the level of high crimes and misdemeanors as the Constitution requires.
It has to be criminal behavior, criminal in nature. The articles of impeachment are 2 non-criminal actions, namely obstruction of Congress and abuse of power.
But most constitutional experts disagree, and Dershowitz himself said the complete opposite 21 years ago during the Clinton impeachment.
Certainly doesn't have to be a crime. If you have somebody who completely corrupts the office of president and who abuses trust and who poses great danger to our liberty, you don't need a technical crime.
For days, Dershowitz has been pressed on whether his client, the president, abused his power. Today, he still refused to give a straight answer.
Here, do you personally believe Donald Trump, right now, with the evidence that you've seen in front of you, as one of his attorneys, abused his power? Yes or no?
I'm not going to answer that question yes or no. It's irrelevant.
Democrats argue the facts are indisputable and the evidence is overwhelming. In their own brief, they outline the case for additional witnesses, saying only if the Senate sees and hears all relevant evidence, only if it insists upon the whole truth, can it render impartial justice.
Make no mistake about it. We will force votes on witnesses and documents.
Even some Republicans, like Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, say they're open to hearing additional witnesses, like former National Security Advisor John Bolton.
I'm going to take my constitutional obligations very, very seriously.
So let's get right to Mary Bruce. She's live up on the Hill tonight. And Mary, we mentioned off the top there that we've learned tonight that each side will get 24 hours, 2 days each to make these opening statements, then Q&A from senators, and then this debate over whether to call witnesses. This is going to play out over several days, and we know that 4 Republican senators will be watched very closely here. Will they join Democrats in asking for witnesses? Lisa Murkowski, as you just mentioned there, of course, Susan Collins of Maine as well, Mitt Romney of Utah, and Lamar Alexander of Tennessee. The big question, Mary, will they join Democrats who've been fighting for several days now for witnesses in this trial?
Well, David, these 4 key Republicans have suggested they want to hear from additional witnesses. Senator Mitt Romney has said he would like to hear from John Bolton. The question is whether after several days of opening statements and those 16 hours of questioning, do those Republicans still feel that way? Do they want to hear from additional witnesses at that point? And then will they side with Democrats? David?
Only the 3rd time in American history. Mary Bruce leading us off tonight. Mary, thank you. And you and I will be right here in Washington this time tomorrow. And of course, we'll be joining George and our entire Powerhouse political team. Live coverage begins tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, right here on ABC. But to the other news this Monday night, into that state of emergency in Virginia as thousands gathered for a gun rights rally in Richmond. Weapons were banned from the rally site. People closely screened as they passed through a single entrance. On the other side of the fence, many heavily armed, and ABC's Victor Oquendo is right there in Richmond tonight.
Facing freezing temperatures, tense scenes as thousands of heavily armed gun rights advocates descended on Virginia's capital city.
What's the goal here today?
Send a message.
The Richmond Rally is a yearly event held by a local gun rights group and usually uneventful. But tonight, Second Amendment groups around the country are using it as a rallying point against what they see as a national erosion of gun rights. Virginia state government is set to pass gun control legislation, including a proposed assault weapons ban.
If we don't stand in Virginia against this, it'll go to other states.
Amid fears of a repeat of the deadly violence at the Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville in 2017 and the FBI warning about possible violence, Governor Ralph Northam declared a state of emergency, banning all weapons from Capitol grounds. Authorities arresting 7 alleged white supremacists last week, saying some of them were planning on attending.
The rally just got underway. One officer told me they were expecting about 10,000 people here inside the Capitol grounds, but outside on the streets, there are thousands more.
Outside the grounds, weapons proudly on display.
Why was it so important for you guys to be in full, armor and bring the firearms out?
It's our right, isn't it? We can exercise our rights, right?
I know there was a lot of concern going into this. Victor with us live from Richmond, but police telling you tonight just one arrest, Victor.
That's right, David. Just one person was arrested. They were wearing a mask and they refused to take it off. Part of the reason we saw a few confrontations, security was tight and there were hardly any counter-protesters out here. One law enforcement source says there were more than 20,000 people at this rally. The state of emergency is in place tomorrow. David?
Victor Oquendo tonight. Victor, thank you. And now to the deadly shooting in Kansas City just hours after the Chiefs won, advancing to the Super Bowl. Police say a gunman opened fire on a line of people celebrating the win. Here's ABC's Alex Perez.
Tonight, chaos in Kansas City. This is the terrifying moment deadly gunfire erupted outside a busy club filled with fans celebrating the Chiefs making it to the Super Bowl.
It was a very intense scene.
The aftermath captured on cell phone video.
Bro, are you hit?
You can see people running to safety and carrying others out of harm's way.
They've had a massive shooting, multiple victims.
Investigators say it was about 11:27 p.m. Shortly after some sort of disturbance or argument inside the club, the suspect opened fire outside, aiming at the group of people waiting to enter the club. Moments later, police say an armed security guard inside the club realized what was happening and ran outside, confronting the alleged gunman, identified as 29-year-old Jerron Swift. The quick-thinking guard fires back, killing the suspect.
The security guard's actions definitely saved lives.
Authorities say a 25-year-old woman was killed in the incident and at least 15 other patrons were injured.
And David, officers had been at the club just before the shooting and were back on the scene within 1 minute. Investigators say at this point, the exact motive remains unclear. David?
Alex Perez tonight. Alex, thank you. We're going to turn now to the mysterious and deadly virus. Tonight, authorities confirm it is being spread from human to human. It started in China, and it comes as the number of confirmed cases has now quadrupled since we first reported on it on Friday night. More than 200 sickened, at least 3 people dead. Passengers arriving at some major U.S. airports are now being screened. Here's ABC's Gio Benitez.
Tonight, growing concern about a mysterious deadly virus as thousands of travelers from China are screened at American airports. Chinese health authorities confirming the virus, which began in the city of Wuhan, is spreading from human to human, sickening at least 14 healthcare workers. The number of cases quadrupled over the weekend to over 200. At least 3 patients have died.
We still are learning literally by the hour about how this particular virus is behaving.
Teams from the CDC screening at JFK, LAX, and SFO, taking temperatures and checking for symptoms of the new coronavirus, a virus which mimics the common cold, flu, or pneumonia. Chinese officials testing with thermal devices. Our Bob Woodruff is in Hong Kong.
So here at the train station, you can see a lot of people every 20 minutes pouring in who are coming in from mainland China. And then they come in, they're being monitored and tested for temperatures. So this is growing fear here.
We met this man from San Francisco.
Kind of frightening at all to you that this is starting to spread?
Oh, yes. Of course, that's why I'm going home.
Tonight, doctors using lessons learned from that deadly SARS outbreak years ago.
The concern is a phenomenon known as a super spreader, which refers to one individual who's particularly sick with a lot of symptoms of a virus who can then more readily transmit that virus to others.
Gio Benitez with us live tonight from JFK Airport. And Gio, I know experts here still believe the risk for exposure is somewhat low, but they want to remain ahead on this.
That's right, David. As it stands right now, the CDC believes that the risk to the American population is low. But keep in mind that this also happens to be the busiest travel season in China, and we just don't know how contagious this virus is. David.
Gio Benitez on this again tonight. Gio, thank you. And next year, the Arctic blast across the east tonight. Freeze warnings even as far south as Florida. And as a new cross-country storm is now brewing in the west, it will then move east this week all over again. It comes after a stormy weekend already, this semi skidding out of control. This is I-90 here near Erie, Pennsylvania. And in upstate New York, this waterfall turned into an ice sculpture. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Zee. She's tracking it all again this week. Ginger?
David, not only the coldest air of the season diving into the southeast, but could rival the coldest air in 5 years in Miami. So you know it's going to be cold. Look at the bitter numbers here. Nashville will feel like 15 tomorrow morning, 37 Orlando, 11 New York City, single digits as you get into New England, certainly Maine there, sub-zero. How about this? That's Wednesday morning, Miami, only 43. Actual air temperature in Tampa, only 35. New storm in the Pacific Northwest comes in Tuesday. That is going to move across the nation this week, David.
Ginger Zee with us tonight. Ginger, thank you. And overseas tonight, and weather swinging from one extreme to the other in Australia. Historic wildfires giving way to giant hailstones damaging buildings and cars in several parts of Australia. A major storm suspending several outdoor matches on day 1 of the Australian Open. And inside, 15-year-old American Coco beating Venus Williams in her first appearance at the Open. She also knocked Venus out of Wimbledon, as you remember, last year. Tonight, Britain's Prince Harry has left the UK, reportedly flying back to Canada now to rejoin his wife and baby Archie. But first, Harry breaking his silence in a surprise moment on the emotional agreement the couple negotiated to step away from their royal duties. Again tonight, ABC's James Longman.
Prince Harry has tonight reportedly left Britain to begin his new life in Canada. He's heading to Vancouver to be reunited with Meghan and Archie, out walking today with dogs in tow. All smiles, but in the prince's wake, a painful separation unfolding back in Britain. Harry saying goodbye to the only life he's ever known.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option.
Harry was candid. The deal struck with the palace was not what the couple wanted.
Once Meghan and I were married, we were excited, we were hopeful, and we were here to serve. For those reasons, it brings me great sadness that it has come to this.
They can't use the Royal Highness title and will not support the Queen on official business. And a particular sting for a soldier proud of his service in Afghanistan, he must give up his honorary military ranks. Harry giving a fierce defence of his wife, who much of the British press blames for this so-called Megxit.
I also know that you've come to know me well enough over all these years to trust that the woman I chose as my wife upholds the same values as I do. And she does. And she's the same woman I fell in love with.
Meghan and Harry officially remain senior members of the royal family until the spring, but that is not a lot of time to figure out the kinds of work they'll be able to do as private citizens. David?
All right, James Longman with us again tonight. Thank you, James. And there is late word tonight of a rocket attack in Baghdad. Iraqi officials tonight confirming several rockets fired into the green zone. They reportedly landed near